Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I'm in a different setting. Actually, I'm going to do one thing. I'm seeing a little bit of lag here, so we're going to fix this right away. We're going to go into camera mic settings here. We're going to go to virtual background, and we're going to take that off there. All right. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. I was trying to do something a little bit different, and I noticed that there was a giant lag. Like I was seeing my lips move, and then there was a giant lag. It was weird. Like there was a delay. Anyways, today is day 295 of 300 days of drawing. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and I'm in a different locale. I'm lucky to be able to do my live streams while basically on the road. It's not easy, but I try my best with what I have available to me. So that's why I'm, in a guest room with a sewing machine. Anyways, let's begin today's live art stream and kind of get this stuff done, shall we? All right. I hope you're doing well. Let me do another thing. There's a few things that I'm missing here. I didn't bring a headset, so I don't know if my audio is right. There's a lot of things going on. Okay, check. The audio is good. I can see the sound wave kind of moving back and forth, so we're good there. That's good. Now my screen's here. Check. Now let's begin doing my doodles. All right. And let's get this all set up before we see that, get that out of the frame like before. And we're just going to do a 30 minutes of drawing. We're going to start out with 10 1-minute drawings, or 30-second drawings, and then 5 1-minute, and then 2 5s, and then one like 10-minute drawing. And then I'm going to call it a day. And let's see. Let's get this party started. Boom. All righty. And the main thing you want to deal with when you're doing these is just kind of getting just being very loose, right? So right now I'm purposely being like loose. I'm scribbling. I just want to do a little bit of scribbling today for this one. I'm out of my element, so I'm not able to really think. So here we go. Let's draw lightly. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm taking my pencil and holding it like a stylus, so very loose, and it's going to allow me to kind of have more, not control, but really dial in this more of a gestural quality that I'm looking for with my figure drawing, especially when I'm first starting out with these 30-second drawings, right? So I just want to be really loose with it, and eventually there will be more clarity as time goes on, right? And not really worrying about whether or not these are correct, just being very loose, moving the pencil, having the pencil kind of guide me, and focusing less on the specifics. Just be very loose. That's all I have to say. All right, here we go. So this week I'm doing the female figure, or this week is going to be the end of my female figure study, and then next week I'm going to do the male figure, and then the week after that back to the female figure, and so forth. I'm going to bounce back between both so that I'm training both accordingly. So I'm getting both. I'm kind of tapping into both figures, because each type of each gender has their like females and males, that they have different like qualities to the figure, and some are like the female is more curvilinear. Their back can arch more. They're not as blocky. The guys, their forms are more blocky. They don't have like as many curvilinear lines. So I'm going to take this moment to kind of draw. And I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I am really out of my element. And me being out of my element is having a subconscious like play on how I'm perceiving my drawings today. I got a lot of things on my mind. It took me a while to get kind of set up here, and even then, it's not conducive. I'm in a chair that like it can't move back. It's so stiff. I have to sit up straight. I can't adjust the height of it, so I'm like this. I'm like forced to sit in this position that I'm not really used to. It's a very difficult, not difficult, but it makes it different. Like I'm sitting in a chair that I'm not used to. I'm out of my element. And you'd be amazed about how being out of your element can really like just throw your game off. You know, when you've been doing these live streams so much that when you go to a different location and you're a different location and you're doing this in a different area that you're not used to, it can throw everything off. You're on a different chair, you're on a different desk. There's something to be said about having consistency outside of this drawing. Like when you're drawing, you're in your studio, and generally your studio is like your sanctuary. It's like Superman's like what's it called? Fortress of Solitude. It's like your fortress of solitude. And when you go out of that fortress of solitude, it it can throw you out. It can throw you off. So at a base level, I am I'm kind of in out of sorts at the moment, you know, and that's fine, I guess. Um, it's fine. I'm not upset. So now we're going to be doing a 1 minute drawing. This is my first 1 minute drawing. Still got to keep maintaining this looseness. I think tomorrow I'll be a little bit more acquainted to my surroundings. It's just right now I'm in an area that I'm not accustomed to. I probably should adjust this chair so I'm a little bit. Maybe I'll find a different chair. This isn't really a desk meant for drawing. It's meant for sewing. So it's not an area for me to really get the like work per se. Um, you never underestimate being in a situation or being in circumstances that you're more comfortable in. And because I'm more comfortable doing these drawings in an area that I'm used to, like in a spot that I'm used to. Notice how I'm kind of exaggerating these forms. So that's where I'm standing right now. I'm standing and that's where I'm at, is just drawing in a different location. Now you got on that. What I have to give myself credit is just sticking to my resolve in doing this. Because last night I thought to myself, you know what? It's such a big thing to do these lives by themselves, let alone do these lives in an area in a different location than you normally do them at. You know, in a different house, in a different place, and it's already a difficult thing to be dealing with. Um, even as something as simple as just doing a live stream. Doing a live stream is hard. Doing a live stream that isn't in your studio or isn't in your like live stream studio I guess I guess it's a studio. I don't really know. Um, is very difficult. You got to bring certain things. I don't have those things. Like I have to bring my computer with me. I guess I could, in theory, bring like I can in theory bring what would you call it, like a just your phone and live stream that way. But even then, it's just as difficult. I didn't want to do it that way. Now that I realized that it was a good choice to have brought the computer, because I thought to myself, if I did it live stream through my phone, where I'm at wouldn't have worked. The Wi-Fi is so bad. It is so bad that I'm not able to stream anything on my phone, without significant load times. So I'm kind of happy that I brought my computer, and now I know what I need to do if I have to do live streams like this in the future. I know what I need to bring every time. I've done it once before, and I just assumed that I didn't realize that was kind of what I needed to do every time, which is I need to bring a LAN cable. I need to bring all these other things in order to do a live outside of where I normally do my lives at. I need all these small things, and at face value, it doesn't require it's not a lot, but like when you're traveling and you have other things to pack, bringing a whole computer is actually a big deal. I don't have a laptop that allows me to just kind of pack it up. Maybe I should. I don't have um, a Mac Air or a Mac tablet. Maybe I need one. That might be better. Maybe I could sync up a tablet with a camera, connect it, and just do it that way. It certainly would be a lot easier than having to haul a whole like computer and screen and computer screen, a tablet, a Wacom tablet, a whole computer tower. Pack that along and make sure you pack it so you don't damage your screen, or your tower is going to fall over inside the car. All kinds of stuff. So I digress. I'm just filibustering. I'm really awkward right now. I can't. This chair is so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable to draw. Like I'm too high. I'm way too high. I need to be lower. My hand needs to be like at my chest, not down right here. But here I am. Okay, do another drawing. This is a 5-minute one. I'm sorry. Today's gonna be a mulligan. We're just gonna kind of treat today as like a mulligan. Gonna do a zigzag here. We're just gonna treat today like it's a free day. You know, that's fine. That's okay to have bad days. As I said though, it's the fact that I'm here and showing up and doing a live stream in an area that isn't my studio, isn't my like live streaming studio essentially, says a lot. Especially because this is just like a thing that I'm doing, you know, I'm doing it as like a personal goal type thing, you know? And so the fact that I'm doing this I'm kind of just filibustering. I'm not really getting far with this drawing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really distracted. There's a lot going on in my head at the moment. Just kind of, maybe I'll just kind of add like quick lines here. There you go. This one's kind of like she's sitting on a chair. Probably this chair actually looks more comfortable than my chair that I'm sitting in right now. So maybe tomorrow I'll have a little bit of time to kind of fiddle with this, because I got here after an 8-hour drive, and now I'm fiddling around with there's always a few hours of like basically setting this up, and there's always complications, because no matter how much time I spend setting it up, there's always something I missed, so I missed something already, like, and that's fine, I guess. You gotta Just kind of accept it. For how little I'm paying attention to this drawing, and actually it's not that bad, for how like actual limited amount of time I'm working on it. I don't think it's actually a bad like rendering. It could be a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I was at home, I assume that it would be a lot better or be a little bit more present. Because right now I'm not very present, and that's fine too. You're gonna notice me saying that word. That's fine. We're fine. This is this is okay. It's like a meme, you know. I'm fine. All right, 1 minute. Let's just kind of do like the gesture of the leg here. So she's like her whole body's twisting like this. And I assume her body's kind of doing something like this. I can't tell because it's underneath like fabric. And then there's this knee. Her leg is kind of tilting up this way, you know. And then her heel goes off the paper because I don't have enough time to put it in there. And then her arm actually goes farther out and then past this a little bit. I don't think I made that wide enough there. And then her knee is kind of right here. It's just kind of awkward because it's tucked underneath there. As I said, she's like sitting on the couch essentially. And yeah, so there's that. And then basically there's like a pillow here, something crossing her head, doing a pillow thing. And she's got a mustache. No, she doesn't. Oh, she doesn't have a mustache. That's a joke. She's got a mustache. I did that. This made me laugh. And then there's that like classical looking chair with those curvy handles. You've seen those. They're like you go to an antique shop, right? And they have those chairs that have those curvy handles on them. They're like a mixture between wood and fabric cloth. We've seen them before. You know what I'm talking about. She's on a chair, yada yada yada, whatever. 3 seconds and that's it. All right. All right. I think the reason why I'm not in sorts is because right down here, I'm shaking the whole table. Right down here is my computer tower, and it's like right where my shins are at, and I just want to scoot closer, but I can't. I just can't. Uh, well, it is what it is. I know what I need to do next time. All right, let's do this. Let's get this figure in here. So I'm just kind of being what's really been helping me a lot with these female figures is just like exaggerating those curves, like just exaggerating it. It makes it, even though it's not the drawing that I'm drawing, the figure that I'm drawing, that exaggeration makes it feel more solid and less like rigid. If I were to do it, draw it more like how I see it, it'd feel flat, like it'd lose life to it, if that makes any sense. It would lose life. Like it just wouldn't feel like the figure. And so I think it's been very helpful to kind of just push that like those curves on the female figure, or at least I think it's been helpful. I could be wrong, you know. For me, it's been helpful to do that. Um, some people don't like that, but it's been helpful to kind of push those curves a little bit and make them feel fake. And that's fine. So I'm going to get this arm here. Let's kind of do something like that. And then there's this other torso. And what's happening right here? It's hard to tell. There's another arm. Let's move it down. I'm just going to get, we're missing the whole bottom, the whole leg right here, but I'm not going to get to that at the moment. I want to get to this area. I want to focus. I don't want to focus on the face. I don't have enough time to really do that, but I do want to kind of at least express the angle of the head, and then like express that there's hair here, you know, and sorts. I don't have the angle of the head right, but that's fine too. I don't have time to really fiddle with that at this moment. And as I've only have 1 minute 55 seconds, and I'm spending more time talking. And as I said, I'm out of my drawing element. I'm not in my house, and I'm not really comfortable in my space that I'm drawing in, and it's really affecting how my outcome. And when you're not in the correct mental space, you're going to be amazed at like how it's going to affect your drawings. I could say I could to some extent some of the things I've been practicing are kind of taking hold. So like my lines have gotten better, and the line quality has improved, but like on a I'm just distracted on a different level, and I'm not able to really give 100% on these drawings, and that's fine. I know I've been saying that's fine the entire time. Maybe it's I'm saying that to like just reassure myself that you're going to have a bad day, and or reassure myself that, you know, when you're in these situations of drawing like today, where you are drawing an area that you doing this live stream in a spot that you're not comfortable with, because this isn't this is not your studio, you know, in a chair that's too high, and I don't think I can adjust it. That doesn't adjust, and the computer in your way, like what else could go wrong? Like this is not even the worst things that could go wrong. I've had worse live streams than this. I really have. I've had way worse, uh, and you know, so this is nothing. This is nothing. So that's a good start. Oh gosh, now this 10-minute one's gonna suck. Not gonna lie. This one I'm not too fond of. We're gonna go slow, but I don't like it. You'd be amazed about how like when you're not feeling the figure, you're less inclined to work on it, you know? Um, and also this goes against what I was talking about in my last drawing is I like to exaggerate the form, and this one's, gosh, it's basically like it's just like this is what it is. If we break this form down, it's basically a side profile, torso, legs making this shape and direction. I guess what I can do is I can tilt the torso this way a little bit, so it has more angles to it, and I might do that. I'm going to do that and see how that kind of helps. That'll make those hips feel it'll push the chest up, and it'll make the back feel a little bit more whatever. Okay, let's see what I can do. 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to get much done. Let's just move the pencil. Let's just move the pencil and see what happens. Okay, let's just keep moving. We're going to move the pencil and just keep moving the pencil and make marks and see what happens. Because this figure, I'm not lying, she's very thin, not a lot of definition. It's a very old photo. Um, very to me, I'm not interested in it. So because I'm not interested in it, it's affecting like my the I'm just not interested in it. It's not interesting to me. But that's okay. Now I need to include the torso, the chest, her rib cage right here, which means I need to extend her chest area out a little bit further. I'm going to leave that there. I don't feel like erasing anything. Um, this one's gonna be a wash. This one's gonna be a wash. The photo's not that good. Not a lot of contrast. Um, it's not a lot of anything. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this down a little bit more. Again, B, and we're gonna extend her arm like this, kind of do something like this. I can't tell right here. There should be a lot of information, but I can't tell. So we're gonna do something like that. Move her head down because she's looking down. There's a neck here, her armpit like that. And then let's see, I think her arm kind of comes out like this. And I think her legs are pivoting down more. Yeah, I made her legs more horizontal. Her legs are pivoting down a little bit more, so we're going to fix that a little bit, bring this down. And then we're going to try to exaggerate some things just so that there's more like shape that I can play around with. Like this. And then we're going to tilt the hand like this. Something like that will be fine. And we'll just leave it like that. 5 minutes. I think I've kind of decided that I'm not going to work on the legs. I'm just going to kind of play around and see how I can make this more into something that I'm interested in. I don't really see where her arm is, so I think her arm's kind of doing something like this. It's kind of tilted back. Her head's doing this. Her hair doesn't look like that, by the way. It's curly, but I'm exaggerating it. There we go. So now I'm making it a little bit better. I'm starting to feel it a little bit more. Now that I've gotten some marks on there, I feel a little bit like a little bit better with how it's forming. And so there we go. I'm feeling a little bit more confident with the drawing. Although there are some things that could be worked on. But that's fine too. So we're gonna I think I made her head too small. Maybe you can fix that. Maybe like add a little bit more on top. I don't know. That's just me. So we got 3 minutes. Let's see what we can do in that time. I don't know what we can do. We can just kind of fiddle around here. Let's add this arm in there. I know what I need to do here. Not bad. It was a good start. And let's do this. We're gonna do a few things now. 2 minutes. What can I do in this time? I got to decide how much time do I want to refine. If I have time to refine anything, you know, and I just got to keep playing around with some stuff. As I said, this drawing, I'm not this figure. I was not too. I didn't fancy it, but I think I salvaged some things. I'm not too happy about this area. Uh, this area start working out okay. Um, it's all about like for me, it's all about like familiarity, and I'm not really familiar with a lot of these side profile photos. They just really get me. Like I get confused for the most part, especially if there's not a lot of strong angles on them. And for a lot of the times, these have they don't have any strong angles to them, and it throws me off. You know, I don't know if that works. I messed this whole up. I can't tell where her chest and her shoulder blade begin on this photo, and that's making things difficult for me. Let's just kind of 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's do something. Ten seconds. Anyways, I can't complain. This was an okay first day in a different location. Tomorrow will be a little bit better. The next day will be a little bit better, and then there's going to be a tapering. But I'm very happy with with the outcome for today. Not it's not surprising that this happened. It really isn't. Uh, I thought I was prepared. I thought I had everything situated. I thought I could wing it like I normally could. And maybe next time when I do this, I want to get in a position. I want to set myself up so that I'm drawing in a comfortable space. I'm drawing where I'm not leaning over because that's what I'm doing. I'm leaning over because this chair is it's the worst. It's the worst. It's not the best drawing chair. Anyways, let's sign it. Call it a day. 21, and that's day 295. I think it's day 295. Maybe it's 296. I don't know. I gotta double check this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. Not my best, but you make what you can out of it. You know, you make what you can out of it, and there's always going to be bad days and good days. And I just want to say thank you so much. I got to get going. Um, Tomorrow will be a little bit better. I'll be in a position. I'll set this up. I'll get this thing out of my way, and then I'll be able to draw a little bit better. And maybe I'll have this chair in a position that I can sit because this is ooh. I'm gonna after these next few days of live streams, I'm gonna have some back problems, bro. That's for sure. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Pierson, the #1 live art streamer in the world. You stay classy. True art believers. Cheers.